Hello and welcome to learnnetworks.com. Today I'm going to show you how to run RIP on Juniper routers. RIP in a nutshell is an interior gateway routing protocol which use distance vector algorithm to select its best path, and it use hop count as its matrix. The basic difference between an Cisco iOS and Juno software is the Cisco iOS runs RIP version 1 as the default, and the Juniper Juno software runs RIP version 2 as the default, which is exactly the same as Cisco iOS XR. The other main difference is that the Juno software by default do not advertise the RIP routes as well as uh, the route it has received from its neighbors. So we need to define a routing policy to advertise the RIP routes. Yep. So let's just start configuring the routers. All the IP addresses has been pre-configured as per the topology, and let's just get started. So go to set protocol RIP, and you specify a group name for the RIP process, and let's just name it as RIP1, and you define an interface on which you want your RIP updates to be sent and received. It is EM1. Yeah, let's just do the same on the other router. Yep, can do a commit. Let's configure the Cisco router. Version 2, no auto network. Okay, that's it. Let's see whether you can see the routes on the Juniper router. Protocol RIP. Yeah, you can see the route from the Cisco router but not from the Juniper router, that is J1, which means that there is a problem, and the problem is that by default a Juniper router or the Juno software do not advertise the RIP routes or the connected routes and the routes that has been received from its neighbors. So we need to define a routing policy to advertise the RIP routes. So going to J1 set policy statement. You need to name it. Let's name it as export dash RIP, and you need to from protocol direct, which means the connected interfaces. If you have multiple interfaces, connected interfaces, you can define a prefix list for it, so that you can select which interfaces you want it to be advertised. Okay, and protocol RIP, this is for advertising the RIP routes that has been received from its peers, and then accept, and you need to apply this policy to your RIP process. So what you can do is RIP export Yep, you can copy the same statements to the other Junos router. Yep, I need to commit before that. And you can apply that to the rip process, and you can do a commit, and we can check the routing table. You can do an exit and show route protocol rip, and now you see both the loopbacks. You can do a ping to verify the end-to-end connectivity. Ping 2.2.2.2 source 1.1.1, which it does. Yeah, which it does. For more details on RIP, you can log into the Juniper website and you can search it as RIP, and you can download the RIP feature guide for routing devices, and wherein you will find more features for the RIP. Okay, thanks for listening. Have a nice day. Thank you, and I will see you back.